So hello and welcome back. I figured it's been, a week or two since we went for a walk. And the sun is out. It's actually warm enough that I'm only wearing one layer of clothing. And something weird happened here. Many footprints. And tufts of feathers? I think those are feathers. I think somebody got. Huh. Definitely seems like it. Nature. Red of tooth and claw. But yeah, I was gonna take you guys out on just a walk around the lake. Except, the ice on the road is no joke. I thought I was gonna fall and bust my head open at least 4 times just getting to this path. So instead, we're going back over to the campground. Since it doesn't get as much traffic, this could be a mistake because I could end up sinking in the snow. But I think if I stick to the snowmobile tracks, I'll be fine. Days like this, I don't mind winter at all. I mean, they give me a hope for spring. So I guess maybe it's not so much that I am enjoying winter as I'm hoping for spring. I do love coming over here to the campground, though. It's hard to believe that in just a couple months, 2 months maybe, there's going to be people here, and people are going to be swimming and wearing shorts. I wouldn't recommend shorts today. Although, this being the Upper Peninsula, and a lot of people, not necessarily me, but a lot of people who live here being even more acclimated to cold weather than I am, I bet if I were in any sort of actual town today, I'd see people running around in shorts. People are crazy. I feel super adventurous just wearing only one layer plus a coat. There's something peaceful about all this snow, though. So the fox, who might have been the one that got whatever was in that first bit of video, he's been coming about. Not every night, but fairly often. Often enough so right around sunset, I make sure to look out and see if he's there. He's very cute. I think he's cool looking because when you think of a red fox, you don't think of all the black that he's got on him. I always think of just sort of a red mane coat and maybe white patches. But I think the only white I've seen on him is the tip of his tail. And the raccoons are back. Which, it feels early for the raccoons to be back already, but maybe it's not. How is the weather where you are? Do you guys still have snow everywhere? I was looking And it's one of those it all depends type things. But next week, supposedly, there's another big storm system that's going to cover pretty much the entire United States. And depending on all sorts of weird variables, I could either end up with rain, which would be fine, or wet, heavy snow, which would be a lot less fine. That last storm system that came through last week, I think we only ended up with 4 or 5 inches of snow, which isn't too bad, honestly. I didn't even shovel it, because looking at the forecast, I knew that we were going to get this warm up, and I had no place to be. So I didn't even bother shoveling. But just north of where I live, they got, I think, like 18 or 20 inches of snow. I was so glad that wasn't me. Unlike last year, at least this year, the snowmobilers can't complain. They have been able to get out and do their zoom thing pretty much everywhere in the Upper Peninsula. Last year, they were complaining so much because we had such a warm winter. I guess fair enough if you're into snowmobiling, which I'm not, so it didn't bother me. I kind of enjoyed the warmer than normal winter. I wonder if this snow is hard enough for me to go across it. Let's find out. I really hope the fox sticks around. I don't get many predators that show up, and they're always fun to watch. I'm sure that my squirrels and chipmunks are probably hoping that the fox doesn't stick around. And I don't really want to see him get his dinner. But I do know it's kind of that whole circle of life thing. Well, this wasn't bad to walk on at all. I'm kind of excited. I'm hoping in a couple weeks I'll be able to get back out on the nature trail. In theory, I could right now. But in practice, I don't know that I really want to. Because it sounds like it wouldn't be the most comfortable of all experiences. And I never did get a pair of actual walking snowshoes. Mostly because, dang, they're expensive. Everything is expensive. Oh well, maybe next year. Now my brain is turning towards the idea of springtime walks and seeing little flowers peeking from around the snow. Watching life come back. I have a lot of friends who say that spring is their least favorite season because of the bugs. And that's fair. Bugs are part of the returning life But I don't know. Even with the bugs, there's something so cool about just seeing all the little flowers and the little green shoots poking up. The air starts to smell like spring. You can almost smell stuff growing. Winter air is nice, but it has this very sharp, cold smell. Oh, I doubt you can see them, but 3 deer just ran by through the trees. That was cool. It's nice to see the owners of all of these footprints. You can definitely tell where the sun hits, because we're getting melting. Unfortunately, along with the melting comes ice, which is a lot less fun to walk on. It's kind of irony. Springtime, I want to go for all sorts of walks, but then you get out to take your walk and have to go super slow so that you don't bust your butt. I hear swans. I think that they're across over there waiting for food. I'm glad I'm not the only one that feeds them. I do love my very, very loud swans. I'm also glad that tomorrow for me, it'll be when this video is up for you guys. But I'm very glad that tomorrow I am finally going into town, getting my denture fixed, and having some time to go shopping. Because I'm almost out of corn for my swan friends. And they're like half my size. And I think they could probably take me if they wanted to. So it's best to keep them fed. That's a joke. I don't think the swans are going to beat me up. But you never know. So here we are at the beach. It's lovely. I don't think anyone's swimming today. And not only because there's no lifeguard on duty. No lifeguard on duty. I might have to come out here with my metal detector once the sand is all exposed, not just that little bit. Supposedly, family legend has it that one of my aunts was out here swimming, 50 years ago, and she lost an emerald ring on this beach. I'm sure it was probably found by some adventurous 12-year-old. But you know, it could be fun to do some beach combing before everything opens. And I remembered I do have a metal detector that I've never actually used. I was mostly reminded of that because my youngest son, who it was his metal detector and he just couldn't take it to Ohio when he moved, asked if I still had it. And I said, yeah, I think I do. So maybe I'll have to bust it out and use it. It's so peaceful. I wish this bench were a little bit more in the sun, because then I could feel like I was getting a suntan. Anyway, thank you for coming for a walk with me. It was lovely. I hope that you enjoyed it. And whatever rambling thoughts came out of my mouth. I feel like when I'm walking and trying to think of things to say, it just becomes absolute drivel. But that's me. Absolute drivel 80% of the time. Anyway, I guess I'm going to walk a little bit more and then head home, which means I have to go on the scary, scary road again. Wish me luck. I'll talk to you later. Hit the thumbs up on your way out, please, if you don't mind, and I will see you later.